Gotcha. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's the sides. Okay. He's going between that and French. I don't mind if he learns French because we're debating it at the moment. I might stick him in a French immersion school. I don't. My only issue is that my brother went to a French immersion school and he didn't use it. It was a pain in the ass to him, and he just made him dislike school that much more. You know what I mean? And I learned it. Oh yeah, but it's a one province. Don't forget, there's 11 provinces. That's only one province. They might scatter a bit here and there, but it's not a language except for that one province. So yeah, so it's like all the states speaking English and French, but say only Vegas, California, and Florida speak French. Everyone else spoke English. So it's just that one province of Quebec they speak French. Granted, a few of them move to Calgary and Vancouver and they do their thing, you know, but no, they only speak French up there. A few of them trek down into Ottawa, a bit into Ontario, but outside that it's just the one province. Specifically, that's why, I'm not sure if you remember the 80s, 90s, I'm sure the news, remember at that time they tried to separate. I'm not sure if you know much about politics back then, but yeah, when I was the late 80s, early 90s, the French tried to separate from Canada. So Quebec, the province itself, wanted to separate and say, look, we don't want to be part of Canada anymore, but that's French stupidity, like. So yeah, so they didn't leave in the end, but it would have actually worked out better for us now because they're just sucking the system down, you know, because most of the provinces bar Ontario and Alberta operate in the positives. Like they got extra cash flow in from oil and gas, forestry, mining, salts, lots of different things, and the employment rate is not as low as like in Quebec and Ontario. So they take like 30% of the rest of the country's money to bring up and inflate them so they can actually survive, you know. But there was a guy, I never liked him. I always thought he was an idiot. He was our prime minister back then. He was called Jean Chrétien. He was a French fella. But one of the main things he did when he left is, I can't believe Canadians didn't see it, they built a main highway in Northern Ontario through all of Toronto just to bypass the main highway, and it was called the 407, and they made it a toll road. And the government said, look, we're going to build this toll road. We're going to charge you a toll, I don't know, something like 7-8 years. By that time the road will be paid off. We're going to take the tolls so you guys have a nice new highway, blah, 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 because as a government we don't have the money to do this, yada, yada, yada. This was the story. So it was like, okay, fine, because the traffic was so bad, like a 16-mile drive was taking you like 90 minutes. Like really bad, outlandish. And so like if I take the one highway home, it'll take me 2.5 hours in traffic. If I take the toll highway, it's 45 minutes. You see what I mean? It's huge. So what they did is when Jean Chrétien left office, instead of giving it back to the people, he turned around and sold it to a Spanish and a Swedish conglomerate for $99 billion for 99-year lease. So yeah, but all that did was pad his books at the end of his term to kind of make things look good for the conservatives at that time. You get what I mean? So it was all fine and dandy on paper, but then this conglomerate, Swedish conglomerate that bought the highway, increased the rates, yada, yada, yada. Then we didn't have a free road like they were told we were going to have, and all these X, Y, and Z's, you know? So, yeah, so that's... But no, it does. Look at Ireland. They built this bridge. The same thing. There was a massive bridge in Dublin, and it was supposed to go span the one spot to the other. So they built it, and they said it's going to take us like 7 years for the toll to pay it off. It was so busy that the toll paid in the first year, and they gave it back after a year and a half. They just took a bit of profit and said, oh, there's your bridge. It was bad. It was yeah, it's not normal, but that was great there. It's because they made all their profit in a year, then they made a bit extra, and then they just gave it to the people like they said they were. No. Well, they took them away actually above you in Vancouver. They actually had tolls till about 2 years ago, and they just took them away because all the bridges that go in and out of Vancouver and the main highways you have to physically pay for. Well, you don't pay for it. They take a picture of your license plate and they send it to your house, and then that's your bill, right? But they took them away in 2019, but it was part of the political guy coming in at the time. It was one of his promises. So you get rid of the tolls, and that's the first thing he did, would get rid of the tolls. But then the DOT, the Department of Transportation, or the MOT, Motor Officer Transportation, whatever you want to call them, they're the ones who stop trucks and trailers and people like that for their chains dragging, for a light flashing, whatever the case may be, you know, not misdemeanors, just... So the DOT after that was out like it was a fucking sporting event, trying to find every cocksucker and their cousin for anything in the world to make up for the tolls, right? And I mean, I got pulled over like 3 or 4 times, and after a while I just started being a fucking right dick to them, because I knew everything. Like, they would try to catch you on like the chains that you have hooking your trailer to your truck. If they're like even within 2 or 3 inches of the ground, they'll give you a fine. You know, like, I mean, they're trying to catch every little thing. I think I was the only truck in the company that had like, I don't know, 80 or 90 trucks that never got a fine. It was quite a lot. Like, it was outlandish. I was like, oh my god. But then when I came from BC, to Ontario, because I still had a British Columbia plate, I didn't have to pay the tolls. So I just kept my BC plate on as long as I could, and just kept driving the toll roads, because they're not allowed to ship the tolls out of province. But then after you're here like 6 months, you have to trade your plate, or the cops will pull you over and say, hey, what the fuck you doing? Alright, okay, I started up there, buddy. I give them all through two here. Yes, sir. I made you egg salad. You gotta eat this, or your mom's gonna yell at me. Come on, buddy. Good night. Oh, it's like, why do you keep stealing his food? Because that's what I do. What's that? Kiss confirmed? Really? Did you just make kill confirmed and call it kiss confirmed? I gotta see the info on this. Eliminate enemies and teammates by dropping Valentine candy collection enemy candies to earn score for your team while collecting teammates' candies to prevent the enemy from gaining score. The first team to reach the score limit will achieve victory. Oh my. Yeah. Gotta get all the retired guys back in to unfuck what all these new kids are doing. There's no other way to put it, like, you know. The new generation is just pooping on everything. I gotta turn that down, buddy. It's too loud. I don't like that here. Oh yeah, there you go. It's too loud. And he even knows there's this one little button on it that says lock, so you can lock the screen, you know what I mean? And then you put a code in to lock it so he can't fuck with things. But if you lock it, he starts screaming like a fucking sailor, and you gotta turn the shit off. But he knows if he accidentally hits the lock button at the top left corner of the arrow backwards is how to, is how to go back. So when you hit the lock button, the password thing's out. It says hit password, but then if you go to the top left and hit the arrow back, it goes backwards. So he knows to go that and then hit the top. So he makes the mistake, he hits the other button. He's like, oh, I got it. I'm like, you cheeky little bugger. Okay, so there's a sentry there. Oh, it was in the corner there. Okay. What? Okay, good shot. Headshot even. Awesome. I call bullshit there for sure. If you get another headshot, I'm calling you a liar. friends. Aye, gentlemen. Kill the other one. What? Well, okay, you're hiding up there, I get you. Fuck this. Gotta go around the back of them. Can't do anything till I get that way. Literally nothing I can do. Dudes, are they really just got us locked in that easily that we can't do nothing? Okay, not even a hit marker. I hate that. I'm pretty sure most people have a mod for fucking flak jackets. That seems to be a huge thing. Like, really? You didn't even appear there until you fired a bullet on my screen. Doesn't matter, we already lost, dude, because you fucking should have took it back like a minute ago. He's got to be just sitting back there shooting, that's all he's doing, is it? Yeah, he's got to be modding, because he's not even shooting through shit. 100% he's shooting through shit. Lost the game, what do you mean? There's never went for the flag the whole second half. One tap. Really? You should be banned for being stupid. It's just disgusting, like. He tried because he's got the capture kills. He tried. At least they tried, but the top guy didn't do fucking nothing, man. You're not worth your waste of space. Here, buddy boy. Yes, sir. Thank you. You make a cold streak making this. No. Good boy. I know. It's alright. Also, we thought about getting a speech person because you don't think he's talking as much as he should, but he's excelling in other ways, but he's just not talking as much as he should be. But they say boys are a bit slow on the old talking compared to girls. Well, that's what they say. They say boys are a bit slow, like I'm like, alright. But he's excelling everywhere else, like in things he's doing and athletic stuff and climbing and just things that we getting into shit he shouldn't be getting into. You know what I mean? Just speech just seems to be very slow. But, you know, as soon as he talks back. That's what I'm saying. He's probably like me. He just doesn't like people. Like, you know? There's nothing to say. I don't want to talk to that dummy. That's probably what he's thinking. I'm not talking to that idiot. But when you get the kids together, they have full conversations, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, all right, here you go, man. That's great. Man, I was watching the NBA and they were trashing the Nets this morning. Absolutely trashing the Nets. They're ripping them a new one. They said, they were talking about KD should be the top dog, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, Harden used to be the top dog, but always the go-to guy. But KD's the go-to guy now. So if he can't do it, no one can do it. And they said they're hoping for the... yeah, Harden's always known as been a hog. They should have known that before they got each other. And Irving's never been the quickest to pass the ball. Like, he's a good dribbler, but he likes to show off, you know? But the problem is they're hoping that the big three is so good offensively that they can overcome any defensive issues that they have because they don't play defense. So, when those knights then they can't overcome that shit, there's what? How did you just appear there at that last second when I was looking that way most of the time? Huh. Fuck you, bitch. What are you doing? Are you thinking about reloading? Holy shit. Okay. There you go. I'll keep distracting them with my bullet fire. There you go. These bums. Oh, really? You guys are there? I thought you'd be for... Okay. Really? Right to the right of me? Gotcha. No, dude, sorry. I'm very sorry, dude. So I just wallbanged there. Why didn't he die? Huh. Guy right here on the left. See, other people hang out in my gas for fucking like 4 or 5 seconds all the time. I die in like 2 seconds every time. You were dead.
Switching rally points. Take the objectives. Securing Alpha. Securing Bravo.
What? That's not, look at that snipe. That's not even possible to miss that shot. That second guy, not even possible. You physically can't shoot that fucking, it's not even possible. Okay, and I heard the hit marker, but it didn't kill him? Okay. There you are.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
Really? Most useless score streak they've ever brought out in Call of Duty. And they die and jump. On the left. I don't understand the misses. What? You ran through my bullets.
Enemy care package above. Napalm strike. Enemy cruise missile detected.
Really? Okay, I didn't even go over the top. I call bullshit on that. He was looking at my foot and I saw the tracer go towards my knee when it said headshot. What? Yeah. Kill my own partner, I'm sorry. Why are you twisting on me? Why did you twist in the air like that all of a sudden? What?
Losing Bravo.
Okay, and he had one shot through the thing that fish fella. I had to fire a hole clip, he just knew where I was instantly. What? matter now. No point rushing the crap out of it when you got like 10 points left. I hate that shit. Right there, the bullets, I can see the bullets going where you were standing. I think if enough of us got together, we could make social media and we could actually get all our money back for this. Every player, because I think they should give all $3 billion back. It should be a free to play game, literally, because there's so many mistakes in it. Yeah, like I didn't pay for it. I got my money back from Visa. I got the same thing with 2K, because Visa has a standard of quality that they have to meet, and they didn't meet it. I'm like, there's nothing but this, and I listed all the mistakes, and I went to Activision and I reported my problem. And I went to Call of Duty and reported my problem, and none of them answered me. So you call Visa, and I said, this is what I've done, and you show them your track record of what you've done, and they dispute it with PlayStation, they give you your money back. That's it, dude. As long as you pay with your Visa card. I learned that before. They paid with PayPal once, and you couldn't get your money back, and I'm like, motherfucker. That's the remember I told you I bought that plane off of Facebook? They screwed me. I used PayPal. It's the first time I ever did it, like, and I was so angry. Remember I told you I got the remote control plane? Oh, dude. Hold on. Where's my phone? You wouldn't even believe it. Where the hell is it? And I still see the ad going, which blows me away. Like, I think I saw it like 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm like, what? How can it still be up there? But somebody's paying for it, and I'm like, all right, sure. Okay, here. All right, where is it? Here it is. I got my son's toy box here. Yeah. All right. Okay. No, so I just taking a picture. What? Take a picture. That stupid plane I got off Facebook. Remember the remote control too? Rolling her eyes at me. Let's see here. Okay, that's what I got there. Have a look at that. That's what they sent me. Sending. Boom, sent. I just sent it to you. It's like $200 American now. On sale now. No, dude, that's it, dude. It's just a button you press on the bottom and it goes, dude. Yeah, just a little kid's 50-cent toy that you get from the dollar store, like. Yeah, I got it on Facebook. I was like, what? Oh, you're telling me, just a little bit. I don't know how they can even do that. That's what blows me away. How can you do that? Like, but. Yeah, oh, I was all on that shit, don't you worry. I'm like, Mark, give me my money back. What's the matter with that? Is it a Jamaican thing? He's like, I want my son, motherfucker. You don't... But... What? But you don't like skiing or snowboarding or sledding or tobogganing or any of those things, obviously. Ice hockey, like, I played ice hockey for 8 years, you know, so you need... So... Being in it. What? Why would you go hard like, what? Alright, you ran in front of me. It's not Christmas, I don't want to see it. Oh, dude. Yeah. We used to do that down in New Zealand and stuff. Oh, I like it. I just don't like it for as long as it is. Well, see, where I'm in Ontario, it's not too bad. You only get it for like 2 or 3 months, so it's not too bad. But where I'm going back to Alberta, you get it for like 8 months hard. Okay. Oh, that's bad. You better have it insulated. No, I didn't know that. Oh, the tree fell on it? Oh shit, I didn't know that. Man, losing your mind. At least you got a new roof. On the positive, look at the positive. If they pay, right? Oh. But by that time the cost is going to be more though, and they're going to have to end up paying more. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Gotcha. Hook me up. Oh, man. Man, putting that A-frame, that's not easy work, dude. Well, it depends the size, but yeah. That's, you can get them prefabbed, but still. I'll do that next year. It'll probably put your, what do you call it up though, your deductible, or you have 0 deductible? Yeah. Yeah. That's actually pretty good. Yeah. Well, what's your taxes? What's your yearly taxes, though? For the year? Fuck me, the taxes, dude. Fucking taxes. Like, I look at mortgage and stuff, and I'm like, man, that's, my taxes are as much as my mortgage. What the fuck? It's the area. In the area? Got you. You're like, who's the scumbag living over there? No. Oh shit. Oh, it's a massive tree then. Were you in the house when it happened? Oh, oh man. That's fucker. Anyways, but yeah. Oh, I wouldn't even want to know. Yeah, yeah. Horse farm, just that alone is a fortune. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's money, man. Can I use your horse farm? Yeah, that's the money that's going to be involved in, right? they, they always say if you have 5 friends, they're always supposed to be better than you. You want us? Oh, man. I'm poor now. I ain't the man I was, that's for sure. Like, I was almost ready to retire before I was 40, and now I'm a working slob. You know what I mean? Talking about extremes. Whatever. You know, my wife and I, when we first started dating, we were going out to like 3 or 4 nights a week. We were going out to dinner, takeout. You're getting $300-$400 bottles of wine, having some lamb shanks, all the good stuff, right? Now you're having craft dinner and hot dogs. Not that they're not good or nothing, but you know. I want my lip. I used to have 180 employees. Yeah. 180 employees, 150 bouncers. Bar used to fit 4,500 people, 5 bars. Used to have like Kylie Minogue, Snoop Dogg, the Liverpool Football Club, all the people from the X Factor, all that fucking shit. Used to always come by. I lost it all, dude. The government took it. Well, okay, I bought my house for 375,000 euro. Okay, we got to go back to the government. Back Ireland was you hear the Celtic Tiger, all that shit back in the day. Did you hear about that? Okay, Celtic Tiger was Ireland. Ireland was considered a third world country till I don't know sometime in the 80s. So even when it wasn't a third world country anymore, it still had that status because it was so poor and blah blah blah. So because it was so poor, people didn't want to be there. They're like, I'm fucking with this poor goddamn place. And at the same time, if you have a certain level of poorness, we'll call it, then the World Bank says, okay, you're a third level country and you get more money than other countries for infrastructure, for whatever the case may be, right? So Ireland was always getting this money constantly for infrastructures, and they were slowly building up the infrastructure, slowly building up the housing, the plumbing, all the things, right? And so then at one time, like when I was there when I had my bar, employees and everything, there was positive 2% employment. There was actually more jobs than people. So it was fantastic. So, and then the opportunity came for Ireland to join the EU, the European Union, which is obviously, you know what that is. And then you lose your money and you join the union, and everyone has their money and you're all one entity, so to speak. So that's all fine and dandy in theory, but we're the top country in the pedestal. We have no unemployment rates. We have everyone's doing good. You get what I mean? It's not benefiting us at all on any level. So Ireland's a republic. So the way it goes, it's not a democracy, it's a republic. You got to put a vote through to the public. Once the public votes, it's law. There's no changing it. That's just the way it is. So they put it to the public. They put a vote, and it was like 95% no to 5% yes. So it wasn't even a debate. Right there, it should have been squashed. No one should have heard of nothing again. About 6 months later, these rich people with like billions of dollars, like the richest people in the country by far, you know, world leaders sort of people, they're talking to the rest of the country like you're dummies, and they're like, we don't think you guys understand this deal. Like, this is going to benefit us in the long run. It's going to do this for us. It's going to do this. Blah 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 blah. But really, only billionaires and the outlandishly rich. Yes. Okay. So that being said, they put the vote to the public again, and it was like 75% no to 25% yes. So the second time, and that's never been heard of a vote put through twice. And so it was no. And so this was about 8 months went by. And then literally after about 10 months, the government came by and said, look, We really, the commercials went out and started explaining it to the people, all this kind of stuff, propaganda, if you ask me. And then they said, we just don't think you people understand. Basically, the commercial was saying you people are too stupid to understand the way it's supposed to be, and this is what you should do. Basically, it's like Trump. It was basically a Trump, you know? And, yeah, exactly. And then, so they put it through a third time, and it was still 60% no to 40% yes. So 3 times in a year, call it a day, fuck off. The people have spoken, you know what I mean? Literally a month later, they put the vote again. 51% yes to 49% no. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Okay, so you got countries. We got Latvia, Lithuania, Poland. I could name them off hand over fist. Where yeah, you know, they just don't have money. They're poor motherfuckers. Like, and I get it. You know what I mean? So you got someone like might be me or you. Say you're earning your 250 grand a year for your salary for Facebook, you know, well, you'd have a guy come over from Poland and says, look, I'll do it for 40. You get what I mean? And then you have 200 of the guys come over and another guy says, I'll do it for 20. And so right now the unemployment in Ireland is almost 25%. 1 in every 4 people are unemployed. My house I bought for €375,000. 2 years later I had to sell it for 225. I lost €150,000 on my house, and I had it paid off. It was mine. And then my nightclub, I had a rent on, which wasn't much. It was only $1,000 a month plus VAT. Not a big deal. I can cover that. I can keep plugging along, right? My nightclub, I had the contract of €1,500 a week plus VAT, value-added tax, which is about €2,000 a week. And it was at 2006 at that time. My contract went till 2015, and I started my contract in 2004 or 5 at that time. I had 10 years on it, right? So when I was going full swing, I was pulling in 30 to 35,000 a night on a Friday and Saturday, and the rest of the week I'd pull in about 35,000. So I do about 100,000 a week. So I was doing about 5 million a year. But then you obviously got your rent, you got your bills, you have to pay your brewery. Like, it's not my money, trust me. There's a lot of money going out. And so when it was all said and done, I was clearing around 5,000-6,000 a week into my pocket. That was after taxes, after paying my staff, the booze, everyone. That's after paying everyone. So I was doing okay. I wasn't struggling, right? I had my manager, I had 20 managers, I had my general manager, I had 150 bouncers, blah, 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 blah. But then, because we joined the EU and all this stuff, people stopped going to the bar, people started losing their jobs, yada, yada, yada. Things kept just compounding, piling up, and then I was pulling in around 20,000 on the tills a week instead of 100,000. And then I still had to pay my bills, I still had to pay my staff, I still had to pay all these people, right? And so my contract was my contract. I couldn't get out of it. I tried. Trust me, I tried. And so all I had to do was to try to recover. That's all I could do. And then when it was all said and done, they sued me for 7 years at $2,000 a week plus tax. So 52, so that's 100,000 a year. 7 years, so they took me for 700,000. So basically, they took my house. They took the cash I had in the bank. They took all my equity I had. The only money I had left, they took everything. The only thing I had left is my wife and I, we had a safe in our room, like, because I used to bring money home from the tills sometimes and put it in the safe, so there's no drop box. So I literally had an envelope with €10,000 notes. I had 10 grand. I just had an envelope that had 10,000 euro notes, and that's all I had to my name was 10 grand left after they took everything. And I'm like, well, what are we going to do now? And I'm like, well, I'm a Canadian citizen. I said we can go to Canada and start again. And we came here and we've been roughing it ever since and trying to scrimp and save and make a better life. And it hasn't been an easy go, that's for sure, man. And so yeah, I was close to retiring, like, you know. Life. Yeah. Life. God has a funny sense of humor, man. And so I used to have, and I hired my wife to work for me originally. I told you that. I hired her to work in my cloakroom because the girl that used to take my cash on the door, because it was €10 a night to enter the club, right? On a Friday and a Saturday I had to pay. But so the girl that did my cash, I didn't have anyone for my cloakroom, so I just said, you got a friend? I said, I'll pay her $10 an hour cash to come in, and that was my wife. And then here we are years later, right? Yeah, man. So I was. Mm-hmm. And then laughed at me. Yeah, buddy. So if you ever type it in, there's a bar called the Hop Inn. It's in a place called Athenry. In Ireland, the city's known. It was brought. The city was resurrected in 1200 AD. It came into fruition because the English, when they raided Ireland and killed everyone and took the land and stuff, they needed a place to grow their potatoes. So Athenry is the city they chose, and they put a big wall around it, and that's where they used to grow all the vegetation for England. And then I didn't know this because, well, not being a layman, but I just didn't know much about the history at the time. The reason I know so much about it is because what I'm going to tell you now. Well, my bar was in the back, and I had, I don't know, maybe I had about a quarter an acre in the back of my bar, because I guess maybe like 50, 60 years ago, before it was converted into a bar, it was a bread house, because I was in the city square of the city, and back in the day, that's where the farmers used to bring their veg, their fruit, and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, the bars were allowed to open 24/7 back then because the farmers would come in, bring their veg, go in for a pint, a couple cigarettes, go out and start selling their wares, you know, and then go back in, a couple of pints, come back in, sell their wares. That's just the way it was. So it was kind of in a city center in the spot like that. So it was pretty compact. So my bar was on the one side, and then almost kitty corner, but a small corner on the other side was my nightclub. So you kind of had to go out the thing, down the block, down the other block, and then into the nightclub. So I wanted to alleviate this, right? So I'm like, well, how can I get people, because the bar had to close at like 11 or 12 at that time, but then I wanted to get them to the nightclub, right? So they can keep going away. I don't want them to leave. I want their money. So what I did is there's this old wall out the back, like it was 10 foot tall, 16-inch wide, old stone. I'm like, what the hell is this piece of shit? Massive, big, long thing. It was right down the center of all the buildings in the back, right? So I got a concrete company in. I fucking put a 10-foot fucking gap in it, cut it right down. I got them to put like a probably 2,000 square foot concrete pad on the other side of it, and then I had a walkway that went directly from my bar out the back directly to the nightclub and up the stairs. So it was boom. It was fantastic until the city inspectors came. This was an old wall. I didn't know this, so I got in a bit of heat, just to say the least. Like, you know, I took that a big chunk of this wall that's been there for like 800 years. Just destroyed it. Well, the wall was still there. I only took a 10-foot piece of it out, you know. And but yeah, a few fines, a bit of trouble. But at the end of the day, not much was done about it. But it could have been a lot worse. So like I had, for example, I had a buddy of mine who was a general surgeon in Poland. He came over to McDonald's, worked as a general manager in McDonald's for 2 years, made like 5 times the amount of money that he made back home, saved the money, brought it back home, and opened a practice in Poland. So basically he was a doctor, and he came to Ireland and worked at McDonald's and made way more money. Like a buddy of mine used to work at the Holiday Inn in Budapest, and he used to make 200 euros a month. That was his salary. 200 euros a month. I'm like, wow. I said, you only make like $2,000 a year? He's like, yeah, that's all I make. I'm like, holy fuck. Granted, this was... No, he was a general manager of the Holiday Inn Hotel. You know, the Hilton Hotels, Paris Hilton and stuff. But one of those guys would still be on like over $100,000 a year in the States for sure. Oh yeah. And so when he told me that's all he made, I was like, wow. Yeah, buddy. So, yeah, they kind of screwed me. I got screwed. And, you know, when I went to university and I got my MBA, it cost me like $35,000 a year to go to college, and I didn't even use it. Well, I studied 2 years of veterinary science because I want to be a doctor, but I was more interested in getting laid and getting high and getting fucked up. So after, in my second year, I dropped out and just did my MBA in business administration and management because it was easy. I could get drunk and go pass out in class. It was crazy easy. You biting, sir?
Guess what?
Oh shit, hold on. Bye.
So that hospital don't have a record of anything for me now either. And she's like, why? I called like last customer care and she's like, why are you the one sorting this out? I said, do you want the honest truth? Because my doctor's fucking useless, I said. I said, I don't know. I said, it was like taking your car to the mechanic. Now I'm supposed to do my shit myself.
So what's the deal? What's going on? What do we
I
have
don't
to
know. I called my doctor and left a message because they never answered the phone. I said, I'm ready to file a fucking formal complaint about someone. I said, the Life Labs told me that it was the doctor's office that would write the hospital that the results need to be sent to
Mm-hmm.
on the requisition. So why would they put down a hospital that wasn't in Hamilton? I don't understand. I said, you guys need to figure this out before my appointment on the 18th.
Who can I call? What can I do?
You can't do
Can I go yell and beat
You're
someone
not
up?
even me.
Can I go freak out on someone?
You don't know who to blame.
Well, I can find someone.
But if they don't figure it out, I'm writing formal complaints to like Ontario Health Board or whatever. Like,
Well, who can you go? Have you already looked who you can go to? Is there an
file a
ombudsman?
complaint about a doctor.
And
Call
can
the
you find, what
hospital
about Life
there.
Labs? Can you complain about them as well?
But I don't know if it's their fault. They're just following. I said, does it say the name of the hospital there? And she goes, yeah, it's Saga. You know?
Well,
They're
yeah.
not supposed to know, you know.
But it's their fault for putting it in the wrong spot. It's
No,
Life
but they
Lab's
don't
fault
know
too.
that. No,
So-
it's not. If that's what was on the page, then that's where they sent it to.
But maybe they messed up writing it down. And they're not going to tell
They don't have to write it down.
you
It should be there.
but
when
you get
they're-
what I mean. Like
know
if they
what
got
you
the
mean.
report from the doctor and it said our address is this, but they
no,
were like
not our address. The hospital.
the hospital's address is X, Y, and Z, but maybe they were looking at a different form.
Yeah, I don't
the form they
know.
filled out before. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
So what can I do then?
Nothing. You can't do anything. I called the OB's office and left a message and asked them because remember we went way out for the ultrasound, but then we had to go back to a lab place for the blood.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was going to say, why do you hear birds? Is there birds in here? I said, can you get someone to call me back? It's cold today, but and confirm that they received the ultrasound results at least. Because they can't both have fucked up, like.
Let's just go to Alberta.
Well, okay, I
I
don't know
know.
if the baby's okay, you know? Now, at this stage, I don't think anyone's seen the results, so I am worried, like, you know?
Then we have to do something. There has to be something I
You
can
can't, because you can't go retake it, because it has to be done by 13 weeks. For some reason, you can't do it after then. Maybe there's fluid or something, so I don't know.
do. We can't have you worrying, 'cause that's going to make it worse.
Yeah, I know.
So you just have to go upstairs and not think about it. You just have to watch some TV and not think about it, lover, because this is going to make it worse for Bobby. You know what I mean?
Like, if it's not this fucking moving shit, it's this shit.
But
And then, like,
can't you not think about it?
Can I not think about anything? No, I
Yes.
cannot think about anything.
I'm good at it.
I know someone would say go smoke a joint, but I shouldn't do that either.
no, yeah, Kristen the dummy. I was telling my buddy Snipe there about fucking her saying fucking bitch. Kind of like, that's not okay.
Whatever, she's not the only bad parent in the world. Like,
Yeah, but still.
parents find this weird.
Where can we stand up? Perfectly fine. Well, they made lots of strange moves too. It's just a tough.
Nobody saw them. That's my
we
concern.
were there. We saw.
No, they don't have to tell you, like.
From him. Yes.
No, wait. Not too early. Hoping I won't do anything. Did you call your job about not coming in tomorrow?
I have a message. Yes, I'll go in the morning. It's no big deal.
I'm gonna go.
So she she goes, drivers don't show up all the time on
Yeah,
us.
but
So it's
that's
like,
not you.
yes, I said that's not me. This was not an issue, but I will go there in the morning.
You're gonna go there?
Yes, it's better to physically be there.
She's not gonna be there.
She is. She was only in today. She's home tomorrow.
Stop eating his food, please.
Stop, lover. I thought he's done. Good job, sir. What can we do tomorrow about this then, though?
Nothing.
Drive
I have to
anywhere?
wait for all the phone calls. No. Steven, are you drinking your water? Me? Thank you.
Push up.
Forced it, he's chewing.
Enough to be Bobby. The happier you are and the less concerned you are, the better off for him. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Don't bring it into fruition, bad juju. So that was perfect and that would be perfect. Hey, no reason not to think it'd be perfect. Thank you. Nice Bobby front working straight here.
He's a straight here.
Really? Was it straight? You just had a lot of it, right? You're looking for the kick?
I'm feeling it, but I didn't really quick it a little.
Don't forget to do the right.
What does that have to do with it?
You're always roasting. Reload. It's from there. Lock it from there. You can put your hand in, you can feel it pull there.
Why don't you go it off?
I don't like fucking around electricity.
Oh, just put the cardboard around the box now. Which was then, don't you know what I mean? It goes through the wall too with sockets and stuff.
Hmm? First words.
Time now, Steven, you know.
Everybody else, start talking.
Only curse 4 or 5 words. Well, he barely says them, right?
Yeah.
What about going to Marlena's now? The days that you're off, she's not. She can bring me up there. Thursday, Friday.
It starts with 3 o'clock. It's a day shift. You get from there in the morning, you go to the afternoon home, and come back all the way back.
Yesterday, you know, I go around naked sometimes, you know, and I was, after my shower, I sat down to go to the toilet, and he was looking, he was staring at them, and I went, you know, and then he started going, well, I was like, No. Ray's like, we're going to time to breastfeed like when you have Bobby once he gets ill. I said, no, we're not going back on that. I'm going to restart
Yeah, it's
my thing.
stupid as mud. Like, you've been off it for 6-7
Yeah,
months.
no.
Just hey, here's another month.
Yeah, you want to wean a second time? No thanks.
No.
You know, for the fucking tape and it's there all along. Box tape. That is box tape. Yeah. Go with tape it. No.
That's not what I call box tape.
Whatever. Tape, right? What are you laughing at?
You know, we still get the updates from Ken and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you said elevator 1's out of service again.
Cover for that, please.
What? Oh, you were looking at that.
Figure out when you're not just keeping the same place twice.
He's like, hella now. I was telling Snipe there about losing the bar and the nightclub and Joy of the E back in the day. Yes, it was a different lifetime ago.
Yeah, what if he's not doing too now? Oh, you know.
Why would you say stuff like that? You know, why negativity? Why negativity? Man, I do understand. Negative is not being negative. There's no reason to be negative. You don't know anything. You're just obviously focusing on the negative right away. And I don't want you to focus on the negative. I want you to focus on the positive. There's no positives, then okay. Healthy baby boy. That's good. I hope so. He's good. He will be perfectly healthy, just like Steve. His little balls is only have black hair.
No, I didn't have black hair. Nobody has black hair.
No? Just black hair, black hair?
No.
I'll be red. Good here, Bobby. Gee. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what I'm putting around in this now.
I'm not crazy.
I'm not worried about you.
You know, but we can give you some more leftovers. I'm not worried about it. Just so much for him. We can we'll leave that for him there, okay?
Careful.
I know.
They're gonna be able to see, look. No, don't pretend make him fall.
I'm trying to make him fall so he knows. When he's smart, he leans forward.
What these things make. No poo yet?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
monster
yeah.
this morning. Like that again. Need some water.
You know, at Monday morning, the bank.
Yeah.
Monday morning, yeah, just saying.
The money has to be in the money tomorrow after the money in the bank. Because he says if it comes out on the Monday, you have to have it in on the Friday.
Oh, yeah.
So you remember?
And you're gonna get paid, right?
No, I told him to hold my pay, remember?
Everything.
Yes, I
Where
have
are you
enough.
fucking getting money from?
I have enough money, don't worry about it. But he can't pay me if I'm getting my EI because it goes on the tax man, remember? So if I collect EI for this week for the insurance, he can't pay me. So I just told him he's going to save it, and hopefully if when we do move, I'm just going to take one big chunk of check from him. You go, boy, sir? Want some more water? Here. Oh, jeez. Hey, thank you, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. I've sit there. Supposed to be doing tests for the baby, and they're not really doing them, you know? It's like week 13, you're supposed to get the test for Down syndrome and stuff like that. So if you want to terminate pregnancy, you know what I mean? It's one of those things, or for health issues, for lots of reasons. So we've gone for all these tests and stuff like that, but they sent them to the wrong hospital, and then we called for them and they don't have the results, and then it's just a bunch of nonsense, like craziness, especially for a pregnant woman to be dealing with, right? So you got to call the laboratory, and then you got to call the hospital, and then you got to call the doctor, and then you got to call your OB, and no one's answering the phone because it's fucking COVID. That's your phone. Yeah, I know. As I said, that's your phone. You gotta answer it? No, is that just a text? Gotcha. So I'm like, what can I do? And there's nothing I can do. So she's just a bit upset about it, you know? But doctors are just not smart people anymore. They're not like the doctors of old, you know? Very few I find. Well, it's like a mechanic. When you go to a mechanic nowadays, like if you brought your car to a mechanic 20 years ago, he'd rip it apart and say, "Oh yeah, your fucking tranny's fucking fix it for you and call it a day." Now you got to bring it to the mechanic. You pretty much got to tell him what's wrong with the car, and then he fixes it. You know, they don't figure it out themselves anymore. I'm like, fuck, Google's more important than they are. So it's the same when you go to the doctor. Their famous lines are, "You know your body better than we do." I'm like, oh, you're brilliant, aren't you? Yeah, doctors are not smart people as far as I'm concerned this day and age. They're pushed through college, they read a lot of books, but the practical is just non-existent, you know? You get a handful of good doctors out there that are just quality, but if you can find one, it's you gotta love that motherfucker, like. Like a lot of people that I know, I actually knew a couple buddies back home when I was in the college and stuff, and they were only doing their medical degree for the accolades and the money they make. They didn't actually want to be a doctor, you know? The nurse parties were fun. Yeah. Alright, let's see here. Let's see if I can kill a couple people again. See if anyone online. Probably not. Is he still in warfare? Because on, but he's not in here. Oh. They all like that Modern Warfare. It just blows me away. I'm surprised they all like that so much too. Actually, I'm generally surprised. Especially Bezo, he gives it about cross-platform. That's all the game is cross-platform. Haha! You get in here to start yelling at him for it. I see you out there. What? Why would you aim left? Why would you push left like that? Literally, when I aimed, the whole controller pushed left instead of pan to the guy that was there. What? Why wouldn't you pan there? Well, that's the best I can do, gentlemen. Went in there, I think I got a merciless and killed most of them. Wow. Okay. Okay, first off, I gotta get a trophy system. Hey, you gotta stop camping there, dude. We're trying to get fucking the flag and win a game here. Oh, dude. Oh, I really got this idiot standing there. Ah, really, this is what I gotta put up with now. Why can't I put my score streaks out? Yes, buddy, I got your phone. Sorry, here, I got you. 1 second, sir. Yeah, you don't want to see the Lakers score. They lost. Okay, hold on. There you go. Take your phone. Take your phone, sir. So you're looking at my screens, Snipe? See, I got all my score streaks, but I can't use them? I don't understand that. Every time. And it doesn't happen to anyone else. No, no, no. I got a UAV, a sentry gun, and a care package. Yeah, it does it to me every time, and I'm like, okay. You can see them sitting there every time. It'll give it to me, and then it'll die, and then it'll say, no, you can't have them. And I'm like, but I don't understand. Like, how would you start a huge social media campaign? What would you think? I would literally try to get everyone's game back for free and make this free to play. Because there's so many mistakes with this game, Sony shouldn't be allowed to charge for it. I wouldn't go after Activision. I'd go after Sony for allowing this game to be released. Do you get what I mean? It's the same way, because then they just set a precedent by what do you call it, Punk 2077. Everyone got their money back. So they just set a precedent, you know? Why are you not putting my... Why can't I not... Okay, better because his is out. So you just saw me pick up a score streak, thank you. Really? I've never seen a score streak take so long to come in, ever. Wow. Course. That grenade just blew up while you were beside me. You didn't get a hit marker. Oh my god. No, but anyways, how would you start one, Slave? Would you have any idea? Yeah, I'm curious. I've been reading on it lately, and it's something I seriously want to do. Like, because you know how many people are at hate over this game. You'd get millions of signatures, millions, if you could actually do it properly. Really? The streak just went on your head, and you came up and shot me, and my guy's sitting here doing nothing about it? He's got stove fly friend, you know, he's scrubbed, but... Oh damn, I want to shoot Uli Capital from sitting there. Dummy. What? What? I don't. Captures, capture, nothing. Come here, buddy boy. Not allowed to take your shoes off. It's too cold for that. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. It's like you there. What I was gonna say, weren't you dating a woman in New York at one time? Oh, okay, yeah, it was a long time ago though, wasn't it? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I got you. That's what I was gonna say, because you're using the term "we," and I'm like, I'm just listening to you. I listen to that, so I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure he knows his grammar, but yeah. Okay, got you. That's what I was asking, because you said "we" last time I was talking, and I'm like, I knew she was in New York, right? But I was like, unless she moved. Got you. Well, yeah. Everything. Where are you? What are you doing? What's your job? And obviously yours, who's more lucrative, you know? And then if you want to have kids, obviously my job's more important. So there's, yeah. No, you're a grown woman, eh? Yeah. No. Before, yeah. That's it. Start taking the tune, come at you. She's like, oh, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. It is. That's, I guess, there's nothing you can do, man. What? Look at that guy I shot. Yes. Yeah, that's why I asked it. Gotcha. There's more it's more of an attraction than anything else, right? No, but I mean, you only hooked up because you were attracted to each other, not for fucking... It wasn't common ground, you weren't friends beforehand, stuff like that, you know? Oh, were you? Oh, were you? Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Fuck. Wow, long distance for 10 years, bro. Damn. What did she do? Okay, I got you. Oh, so you man had the hookup. What the fuck you? The new ones. Damn. Got you. Yeah, I got you. Why, do you want kids and stuff? Yeah, you want kids and a family and all that? What do you... Never came to fruition. Gotcha. What? Did he just... See you later. Yeah. Yeah. Got you. What does she do, if you don't mind? Oh, damn. That's good for you, then. She watch your P's and Q's. I tell ya. That's alright, then, as long as I'll... Hello. We'll give it a go. But you're, come here, it's your house though, right? It's your house, so there's no, she's just there. Yeah. That's what I meant, God forbid. No, I just meant God forbid, like, in a year from now, you're like, fuck this bitch, I don't, you know, you just like, get out. You're not gonna pack your stuff and leave. Gotcha. Yeah, of course, just somewhat. Yeah. Gas, power, all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Man, well, you know, I don't know many accountants to be wild child. Not to say they don't exist, but you know. Yeah, that's it, you know. My ex, I've only ever dated 2 girls in my life. My woman I married and one before her. I've had lots of girl. I, you know, did my thing when I was younger, but I only ever went out with 2 girls. And the girl I dated before that, her father was an accountant for Iveco Truck and the ambassador to Ireland and Ethiopia. That's why I lived in Ethiopia for 8 months. And oh, I'm so sorry, dude. You fucking. But yeah, he was an accountant. I was almost thinking of getting into it at that time too, because I'm extremely good with numbers. Or was back then. This was like pre-college days, right? A long time ago. But accountants, which I'm surprised, accountants, well, CAs is what they call them in Ireland, the chartered accountants. But they don't exist anymore. You can't actually go to college to be a CA anymore because they're not fundamentally important anymore. You don't need them. You just have a basic accountant now. I don't really know what the difference is because that's not my area of knowledge. But I guess in Ireland, I'm assuming it's different in yeah, you know. Okay, do your you're all right. Do your thing, man. I'll speak to you in a bit, bro. I got you. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I thought I had you. Oh, got you in the smoke. How'd you not die in my smoke? Dude, you're in my smoke. Wow. Why am I spinning left? It's gotta be this controller, maybe. I'd like to know how you're not dying from your grenades. That's what's got me going. Yeah, jerking left hard there. Wow. You taking that from Daddy? Is it your water? Well, you gotta drink it then, sir. You can't take it and not drink it. Well, you can tell me and call me after if I can work from home. Just call me after you work all the time. Okay? You lay down and rest a bit? Who is the good old Mr. Man? Mr. Man. Mr. Man.